Good morning, everybody. We have a fun one today. So I was going to do something completely different today. I just happen to have a couple other things on me, like this one and some others that I'm about to pull out in a second. And I was going to do something not even close to this. But before I set up to shoot, I hopped on to check comments and all, because you guys know I try to stay active and respond to people. Ended up responding to a couple comments from the same person. You know who you are. This changed the whole course of my day. And I'm excited about it now. I'm really excited to do this video. So we're going to do a second look at the Pocket Micro. Oh, my bad. Not the Pocket Micro. The Core Micro. The Pocket Micro was $60 cheaper when it was from ayaneo. But, you know, Antec was like, they'll never notice if I take the, you know, Pocket Micro and jack it up $60 because it's completely worth that. Anyway, so this is a special look at it right here. And I got some other comparisons for it. Maybe it wasn't fair to pull a big bad handheld like the 34XX out and compare something as amazing as an Ayn or Anbernic product to something as, you know, a company like ayaneo who's really trying to make a name for themselves. And they're new. They don't know what they're doing yet, but they are so trying. So the big bad boy like Anbernic, I know I shouldn't have had it picking on this poor little guy right here. So I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys can understand what sarcasm is. So we're going to look at this again today. All right. For the sake of argument. But I got something else that we're going to look at. Now, you guys know this design is after the Game Boy Micro, okay? Because that's where we're at in the handheld world today. Everybody is like, let's just take stuff like this, Game Boy Advance, SP, whatever, and, you know, redo them for nowadays. So we get nice updated versions of older shit. Some of the handhelds are just updated versions of shit they've already updated. So looking at the Pocket Micro, we're going to compare it to something else. And I know this is a really close comparison. I want you guys to know that because, like I said, it wasn't fair to compare something that looks like a Game Boy Micro to something that looks like a Game Boy Advanced. I know it. You know, I'm trying. So, dun, 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 dun. Oh. Yeah. I know you just screamed at your screen and went, you asshole. That's right. Just for the hell of it. It just so happens when I was reading my comments and having fun, I had this on me. Oh, buddy. That's right. The Anbernic 300X. So, both of these are supposed to be Game Boy Micro. As you can see, the Anbernic is a lot smaller. So you're getting closer to the Game Boy Micro. Width-wise, they're pretty close there. Power-wise, you already know the Anbernic is just far and away just so much more powerful than a calculator. So that's where we're at with that. Yeah, I know you thought I was going to be an asshole and say, yeah, I'm not. I mean, I am, but not for that. Okay, so this is the 300X. This is vastly older. This is so much older when it comes to the handheld world or scene. You know, this just released not long ago. This is a hell of a lot older. But right now, if you look at the standing with Anbernic, they've pretty much covered a lot of the bases. Because, you know, we got the 35XX SP, the 34XX, also this old guy right here, the 300X. So Anbernic successfully covered kind of the Game Boy era there, even if you want to count like the 35XX or whatever as a Game Boy or Game Boy Color. So now they've covered all the bases. They got the Game Boy Advanced SP covered, they got the Game Boy Micro covered, they got the Game Boy Advance covered. So, and I was just pulling this out to be, you know, to be that guy to argue with this person in my comments. Now, yes, they look alike. They're not even remotely a fair comparison. They're not. I'm not going to lie to you guys. No matter how much I want to be that guy and have fun with this person, I'm not going to do that. Okay. This is cool. I like this. I got this super cheap on sale kind of an impulse purchase. And my whole goal with this is I'm going to probably get on something like Etsy and find like a skin for it and make it look all pretty and just put it in my display. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to do with it. It's not really one you want to play on. It's a hell of a lot older. You're going to struggle with PS1. And, probably won't even cover that whole library. So now back onto the Antec Core Micro. So when I looked at this before my other review video, my main goal of that video was to discuss Game Boy Advance, the experience with that. Now, some of you may not thought that was fair because this can also play above that, and it's Android operating system, so you have access to the Google Play Store. Look, I get that. The reason I aimed at Game Boy was because when companies like this do their advertising, they tend to slip in kind of what they're going for. So, of course, if you look at this on Ayaneo's website, there's a panel that talks about it's 4 times the resolution of Game Boy Advance. The same thing Powkitty did with the V10. It's 2 times the resolution of Game Boy Advance. Same thing this did. It's 3 times the resolution. So because that's kind of where they're trying to point you, that's why I did this comparison in my first video. Okay? Now, the person in my comments, they do not like Anbernic. Clearly do not like Anbernic. Okay? Let me tell you, people, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a company that you don't like. It happens. I was a Retroid hater all the way up until the Retroid Pocket 5 because I didn't like the way they were doing things. Right now, it's ayaneo I'm not a fan of. Okay? And things change. They can win me back. I loved my ayaneo Flip DS. That thing was awesome. A little disclaimer, guys. When I say something in a video, like my last statement of ayaneo stopping production on the Flip, that's because I just seen that damn article. Okay? And if you watch this video down the line a couple days later, an hour later, 20 minutes later, that could change. But that current moment, that's what I know. Okay? Now, I'm not going to sit on a Google search page and refresh and just wait for news to update everybody. I got a life. Okay? Also, you guys should know how to use Google. You found your way to YouTube, you should know how to use Google. So, honestly, stop nitpicking shit. Come on now. All right, now that that's cleared up, this person in the comments, let me tell you that I hope you're watching this, and I hope you've stayed this long. I have no problem with anything you said. You said in one of mine that I clearly came into it with an agenda. Absolutely. That was my agenda, was the comparison of just Game Boy Advance. Okay? Because I don't want the average person to go out and think that they got to spend $280 on some bullshit Antec Core Micro to get a good Game Boy Advance experience in 2025. When they can spend $60 on this and get Game Boy Advance experience that's on par with each other. Now, if they want something like that with really good Game Boy Advance, gameplay and resolution, but they also want to dabble with GameCube and PS2, then yeah, you have to go with this. But that's where that $200 price bump comes into play. If you're only going for Game Boy Advance, don't waste your money. Go for this. And once again, now I'm going to get some hate in the comments, but I don't care. It's fine. Because I'd rather argue with an ayaneo fan about the difference in ayaneo and Anbernic and the shit I'm saying than the Steam Deck fanboys that think the Steam Deck is the end-all, be-all. So although I'm coming at this person with this video, and I'm not really doing it maliciously, dude. I'd rather you stay around, watch my videos, and I like having that argument, you know what I mean? Like, we can absolutely go for it. You know what I mean? I have no hate for you, buddy. Please, vent. Let me know, okay? But just understand the point of view, from me here, that I worry about the person working a 9-to-5 job, has a family at home, paying their bills, and they see all these devices come out, and man, they want to get into this, but they are worried that they're going to end up with a 201 game super retro player that's a piece of shit, and they just got sold on it. You know, like one of those stupid ones that have like the SUP logo on it, you know, $10. Yeah, I don't want those people to buy that and think that's what we're into. I don't want them to have that device in their hand and go, why are these people saying this shit's good? I'm holding one of these devices and they suck. Not the same thing. Okay? These are the people I worry about. I want them to get, you know, their first device. I want it to be within their budget. I want it to be exactly what they want. I want it to work for them. I want to help them with it. And that'll create another person in this community, you know, and not even like for me. Like, I don't want them, you know, just to be like, oh, let's watch the Retro Legions videos. No, I want them to expand. I want them to go out and watch Retro Gamecore and Retro Handhelds and get on the, you know, Discords and forums and whatever. Grow and learn. That's what we're here for. Okay? So while you're watching this thinking now all I'm going to do is attack you, I'm not. Okay? I understand that you love your micro. You got it. It was everything you wanted it to be. And you fell in love with the device. That is fucking awesome, man. Okay? I love the fact that you like your micro so much. You're in my comments doing battle with me over me comparing it to something like Anbernic. That's passion, man. That's amazing. I hope you're playing on your micro right now, and I hope it's everything you ever wanted it to be. And it sounds like it is. And I hope everybody can get that experience out of a handheld at least once, where they open it up and it is just amazing. Okay? So don't ever come on my videos and feel any type of way about that. If you're a diehard fan of that and you're going to defend it, you're going to go down with the ship, do that. Okay? I have no problem with that. I'm happy you're like that. So, without further ado, I'm gonna move forward, and I keep pulling it off screen because I got it set up under all my shit. I just don't want to punch in any personal information. So, back to this guy. I'm gonna try. Like I said, I do love this device. I love it, man. And even the person I'm talking about agreed about the red. This ended up being like the more rare thing, was this red color. And this is my sponsor's handheld. Okay, at the start of this video, you heard some buzzing sound, that That's actually my sponsor messaging me. Okay, which I gotta respond to him after this. But normally during my videos, if you hear that vibration sound, that's because I'm using my actual phone as a camera, and he's messaging me. We normally talk in the mornings. So that's always him chiming in. So he's always there. But yeah, this is his handheld. He sent it for me to do a review for everybody, and I got to send it back to him. So I know you were in my comments like, hey, I'll give you like $250 for it, let me know. Dude, I wish I could. You know what I mean? I'd love to be able to hook you up with that, but I can't. Not mine. All right? Anyway, so, and with me being, you know, I had to be an asshole about that. I had to pull out an older, cheaper Anbernic to compare it just to ruffle your feathers a little bit. But hey, I'm just fucking with you, dude. I hope you actually do enjoy my videos. I hope you stick around, and I will absolutely discuss anything you want. Okay? Mainly because you're not a Steam Deck diehard. I'm getting so tired of that shit. So let's jump into God of War 2. I went ahead and mapped the controls. I didn't last time because, like I said, I was in a really big hurry. I didn't have a lot of time to do it. So, and thank you for staying at this point. You know, we're 14 minutes into the video. I'm just now kicking on a game. Sorry about that. I was having fun with it, guys. So, a lot of people use God of War and God of War 2 as a benchmark for PS2. Okay, and that's why I put it on here. I absolutely hate that it's the benchmark, but it is. Honestly, if God of War 2 just even slightly runs on your handheld, that means there's a hell of a lot of the PS2 library you can play. Even if God of War 2 experience isn't all that, there's a bunch out there that you can play if it even remotely runs. So don't sleep on it just because God of War 2 doesn't run, or God of War. Okay? We're talking God of War 2, Gran Turismo 4. And honestly, if you see anybody struggling with Need for Speed Most Wanted, that shit has trouble on almost any handheld. So that's not the handheld's fault, which is why I never played. Love Need for Speed Most Wanted. Anyway. Let's turn up the volume here, guys. I'm talking over.
Had turned the pain of his memories into hatred for the gods who had refused to free him from the nightmares of his past deeds. And so
looks good. It's running good.
to deliver the final blow to the besieged city.
I still think it'd have been awesome to be able to trample roads as giant Kratos. I mean, they should have just left that. Instead of Tweety Bird coming through and knocking you down a peg. Yeah, you didn't see that coming. Them conspiring against you. Get out of here, man. Anyway, I hope all of you had a good weekend. I know it's Monday. That's the shittiest day for a lot of people. I am lucky that on Mondays for me, Mondays are typically a good day at my office. I'm the only one working the office on Mondays. I have one guy out in the field running stuff, and I'm in here. Nobody else is here, so I get the office pretty much to myself all day. It's kind of a nice way to start your week. So I get to start my week off like that. Sorry about the reflection. That whole glass front, it sucks to record that, but I love the look of that. It's a fingerprint magnet, but it's cool to have that full glass front. And look at the fingerprints. Look at that. And I even wash my hands and shit before I shoot a video. Oh. There we go. That's the God of War 2 experience. This is actually God of War 2.5, Gods in Slow Motion. That's what it's called. It's a special edition. Let me turn down that crackly ass bullshit. Let's see. I don't remember. Oh, is it? Oh, how come I never remember? There we go. No. Anyway, we're going to drop out of that. Let's go into app settings. I believe, oh, that was OpenGL. Chances are it's going to run better in Vulkan. I didn't realize I left it in OpenGL, so there's a good chance that there would be a small performance boost with Vulkan. I wouldn't say playable either way. So something like God of War 2 on this is just not playable at full speed. If you want to go into it and make all kinds of tweaks, can you drop this to... Yeah, you can go 0.75 and half resolution. You can drop it down and get it to a playable state, tweaking all that stuff, you know, Vulkan, 0.75, if you want. You even toy with some frame skip. The game may run smoother, but it's going to feel like shit when you're playing it. Now, that does not mean PS2 is never going to work on this or is not a thing. There's going to be a bunch of that you can play. God of War 2 stayed running. It didn't like crash the system. So, yeah, keep that in mind. You're not going to get that high-end PS2 experience. You're not going to have fun going through God of War 2. Clearly, you're not going to get that on this device. But there's a lot you're going to be able to play. All right. Now, keep in mind, it's the Helio G99 in it. So you're looking at what? The 405 era is what we talked about in the last video. So that kind of PS2 library. You know what I mean? Think Retroid Pocket 2S kind of performance, I guess. Which I'm probably off on which Retroid is actually closer. So let's pull up Dolphin. Let's jump in here. I mapped it, but I can't remember if it actually took. Looks like it did. Oh, come on. Wow, really sensitive. I have a feeling it's like permanently going to the right. Guys, that's a setting problem. We're going to go ahead and push forward just to see performance. Oh, God, I forgot about the opening video. Maybe we're not. I had this issue with Dolphin on another handheld. I think it was my Retroid Pocket 5, where it kept forcing me one direction. Where the hell was it in the settings that fixed it? I don't remember. Anyway, I don't know, guys. I don't really want to sit through this whole video. You know what? I'll probably make a short on Game Boy or GameCube performance and get past this whole opening video thing and fix the controls. So yeah, anyway, we're going to hope. Actually, I didn't do that. Oh, you know what? I probably hit one of the buttons on the side or some shit. More than likely. Okay, so back to the overall. I know it was, really quick gameplay today, and mostly just me ranting and playing around with this other person. But let's talk real for a moment, all right? You guys know currently I have an issue with ayaneo. I do. I mean, look at my best handheld of 2024. My Flip DS, I put that as my #1 handheld of the year. So I didn't always have this distaste for ayaneo. That's new. That's because of everything I am dealing with the DMG and, well, being completely ignored by ayaneo. No updates, not emailing me back, taking almost 2 weeks to even send it to the repair shop after they had it. Like, they just don't give a shit after you purchase. All right? That's my distaste for ayaneo right now. That's my problem. All right? I absolutely love them beforehand. And look, things happen. Companies fuck up. Doesn't matter how big or small a company is. Something's going to happen. All right? It's not a permanent hate, like, unless they do something really shitty with this. I'll forgive, forget, and move on. But right now I'm going through it. And right now I have gotten countless messages from other people dealing with the same shit. All right? ayaneo absolutely burned some bridges with this last go-around with their little combo release of the Micro and the DMG. The Micro obviously had way less problems. And that's why Antec was like, we'll take this one. And not the DMG. The DMG was more expensive, had a better screen. It was vertical if you like vertical, Hell, I want the DMG back. I really like the DMG. And that's part of my problem right now, is I like the DMG. And that shit went so fast. Just done. Open it, fuck with it for 2 days, and then it's cooked. You know what I mean? And that's an exaggeration. Don't go say, well, you said it was 2 weeks. Whatever. So that's my problem with them. Okay? Yes, I have an issue with ayaneo right now. It will pass. Okay? So you don't have to get on here and absolutely defend them. And I'm happy you do. Like I said, that's great. I'm happy you found a company you trust and you love. At least you're not like, but Magic, the Magic handhelds, yeah, they lied to us a couple times, but we love them. Okay, I believe that company should have got shut down for all their bullshit. I don't believe anybody should buy a Magic XU10 or whatever the hell they're releasing now. That company straight up lied, got caught, and blamed it on manufacturing, which we'll never know if that was really the case. Maybe it is. But they lied. There's quality control. Look into it yourself. You couldn't go get a retail model, open it up, and see? No quality control. Anyway, off topic. All right, so once again, let's give you my overall thoughts on the Pocket Micro, or sorry, the fucking Core Micro. Hate this. You know what? No, let's count them separately. Ayaneo Pocket Micro. I love it. Worth $220. That's going to be depending on the person. If this is super nostalgic to you, this look, this design, this feel, and you're okay with the performance on GameCube and PS2, yeah, get it. Like, look, it's great quality, okay? This device is amazing build quality, all right? There's value in that, all right? There's no doubt there's a difference in build quality here, and this is for you-know-who, all right? I'm with you, buddy. I'm not saying Anbernic is the best, the end-all, be-all, whatever, all right? They do a good, budget build handheld for people. That's where they're at. I group certain companies together because these are like the run-of-the-mill regular brands you know and love. These are the high-end brands, all right? Apples and oranges here, people, all right? Build quality is completely different. Not that this is bad, but in that category, okay, in this bracket, Anbernic is good. Compare it, if you try to bump Anbernic up to with companies like AYN, ayaneo, no. This gets shit on at that level. All right? It goes that way. You pull this down to this level, this is going to destroy this. Totally different brackets. I only did it for the Game Boy Advanced experience. That's all that last video was. So, at the $220 mark, in that range, if you can get the ayaneo Pocket Micro, 100% worth it. Red is definitely the color, not the retro gold bullshit they're relaunching for another $100 or another $1,000, whatever bullshit they're doing. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop paying companies extra money for a fucking color. All right? Don't buy that. Stop giving them that. Knock that shit off. If they release another handheld, it's, the Platinum Edition. It's the same exact shit, but you're buying it in Platinum colorway. Nobody buy it. Let them sit on 10,000 fucking units unsold. And that's not just for ayaneo. That's for everybody. You keep releasing special colors for us to throw an extra $100, $200, $300 at it. All right? I get you're just making your money and that's your whole marketing thing. But we need to stop buying it as the consumer. Stop buying that shit. If games go up to retail $100 and I walk in and see the next Xbox game is retail price $100, we need to stop buying that. We can control that if we're smart, which we're never going to be. People will still buy it, so this is stupid. But as the Antec Core Micro, should you buy the Antec Core Micro? Hell no. They jacked the price up, especially on the red one. They jacked it up $60. There's no difference in it besides the name. Not same performance, same build, same handheld, same everything. They bought it from ayaneo, they jacked it up $60, and they're trying to sell it to you at that price point. Okay? Don't. Try and get the ayaneo one. Save yourself $60, okay? Please do that. And I still have had no updates on the DMG, everybody. I'm going to reach out to ayaneo this morning and ask him what the hell, can I get an update on this? Or what are we doing? You know what I mean? Because now we're in March and I still have no info from them. Besides, a couple weeks ago, we sent it to the repair shop after we had it for 2 damn weeks. So, yeah. I'm going to get the fingerprints cleaned up off this handheld. I'm going to get it boxed back up and ready to go back to my sponsor. And I'm also going to answer his text messages. So, anyway, that's my take on everything. Just go ahead and just lay shit out for you guys. You know what I mean? Not the same things. Not the same things. This I'm talking about just design. This I was talking about just the experience with Game Boy Advance. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and go, this is better than this. It is. It's more pocketable, right? That's what we want. So this is better than this. Anyway, so is this a win? Let's see. Let's ask the slot machine if the Antec Core Micro is worth it. Okay, so low end. We'll give it the bar, right? So, lowest winning combination. All right, I'm going to quit being a jackass. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. I have a handheld showing up today at my house. I actually got shipping notification while I was shooting this video that it's out for delivery. This next video is going to be on another Anbernic device. So, Dark, man, if you're watching, you're probably not going to want to watch the next one, dude. And please, Dark, stay around, man. Hang out, watch my videos. Feel free to argue with me. It's good to see someone that passionate about it, bro. Please stay. Okay, I'm probably don't make content you care for, and it's really nice to call my videos reviews when I just sit here and rant and rave with a handheld in my hand. It's pretty much what I do. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully it starts your day off right. Hopefully it starts your week off right. You know, no matter what you're going through, thank you for taking your time to sit here and watch my bullshit. And if you're smart, you've been watching this at 2 times playback speed, which is what you should watch most videos at, because, I mean, hell, why not? I'm not doing anything super special. Unless you're watching something intricate, you know, me work on something or build something, then normal playback. All right, guys, see you in the next one.